there, this is Sherry Hayes with MomDelights.com, and I've got a project you can help me with. It's about a mom planner for homeschool moms, so stay tuned. So this is really cool what I've got here. I had a video where I talked about how I organize my life on paper because I like planners and I have multiple planners, and that's really okay. But sometimes I don't get to every planner. Like, I have something called the record book for recording homeschooling, and it's extensive, but it's open-ended and it's wonderful, and there are 2 different versions, and you can buy that on Amazon, or you can actually find, I have on my blog, I have linked to, you can get free sheets that you can make your own. But sometimes I don't have time to get to all of that. And I know that homeschool moms, we have different needs from the rest of the population, because not only are we moms and we have a house and we have a husband and we have pets and we have relatives, but we also teach our own kids in our own house, and we have to have certain things that are in place. And if we're believers, then we have our walk with God, and we need places in our planners where we can record that, right? Because I look at planners. I mean, that's kind of what I do for fun sometimes, is I just look at planners, look how people plan, and all that kind of stuff. And I look at different types, and what's available is either it's really pretty and it's meant for moms that have lots of things going on, but not necessarily homeschool moms. And lots of those don't have like a spiritual aspect, and if they do, it's that success guru stuff where go for the goal, you are 100%, la la la. When my 100% is just to be obedient to the Lord every day, right? That's my success journey. So I thought, well, you know what? I got all these planners, I got all these things, but I need something that combines more of the planners in one, so that I'm not like moving around all kinds of stuff and not skitter-scattered as much as I usually am. And so I came up with another planner that I'm making for myself for this next year. Now, I did this using Microsoft Word. Not Microsoft Word. Now, I did this using Microsoft Publisher. So I've learned to use this program for amazing things that, you wouldn't think it could do. So it looks pretty nice, but it's not as professional as if I would put it in InDesign and would done it. But I can sit and I can watch TV and do this one, where InDesign is on like the big desktop, and I have to be totally focused only on that. But anyway, I took some time and I worked on this, and I'm hoping that you will help me. I only did 3 months worth. That's January, February, and March of 2022, and I'm hoping that you'll help me maybe download this, maybe use it, and find out things that you like and don't like about it. Now, I'm going to show you some of the features that I've already plugged in. First of all, I did some pretty, because I have to have pretty. So the first part of the front of this is I have 3 different types. This is called greenery, and then I have blue flowers and pink and wildflowers. So that's how I did that. And I did a front and a back for the front page. Then I have an introduction page, and this is actually in color, but I printed in black and white. And then the interior pages are black and white, and they're pretty plain. But that's so that you can embellish with stickers or colors or whatever you want to do. My daughter, actually, who lives in Korea, she's married to a Korean national, she sent me a whole bunch of beautiful stickers. So I've already started putting some in mine. These are nature stickers. I used a blue butterfly for January because, it's kind of cold. And then on this page I have like some green, I think that's eucalyptus, and I put another little blue butterfly. But other than that, the pages are kind of plain, so you can embellish them however you want to. Also, if you're printing it yourself, black and white's a lot cheaper, and if I'm going to put it to Amazon or another company to print it out, then I will want to do black and white in the interior to make it affordable. Now, I'm not going to put this to those to Amazon or anything until I've ironed everything out and I put it in InDesign, because I think it's much easier also to send it to the printers because everything's flattened and it's When you use InDesign, it's all ready. So I'm going to keep it like this, and I'm going to be using it so that I can iron out all the different things. And you tell me, give me input, even if you don't use it. If you want to look through it and just say, hey, you know, I really appreciate this, but I don't like that. I mean, for one thing, my daughter, she homeschools, and she told me she really appreciates like a water tracker or exercise tracker in there, and that's something that I don't really use, but she really finds that useful. So that's something that I could put in, or I can make a couple versions, one, you know, with different things in there. I'm also going to make different versions with the different covers. I'm gonna have 3 different PDFs already on my blog in a blog post. I will link below, where I will have the greenery, the blue flower, and the pink flower versions already ready for you. So you can choose which one you want, but they will be, the insides will be the same, you know? Okay, now I also want to tell you what's inside so far. So here is the, you know, the identification page, right? Then there are some general instructions, the purpose, and what the intent was, right? And then I have, here's Homemaking Focus. I don't know if you've done this before, but the idea is to take your whole house and to split it up into parts, like, you know, each room, and decide what you want to focus on each day of the week, and each week of the month, and each month of the year, you know. So the smaller everyday things you put on daily. And then, like, you have once a week where you have a special chore each week that you want to cover. And it's usually a more periodical, bigger chore. And then once a month you have like even a bigger chore, something you don't have to do it there very often. You can even do semi-annual things, such as cleaning out your garage, you know, stuff like that. So the idea is to have different focuses for different times. And so I have suggestions in here of daily, weekly, and monthly focuses. And then I have a place for a person to write their own. I've filled in part of it, you can see. And then I have a schedule you can make where you can plug in what your focuses are, okay? And so that will keep you on track. Like each week when you're filling out things, then you'll go and refer back to your focus. What is my focus for this day? What is my focus for this week? What am I trying to focus on this month? That kind of thing. And the monthly thing you might want to put in here, this is January reflections and directions. So reflecting on, this one says reflection on the past year, or it might be the past month. Since it's January, it's reflection on the past year, right? And then miracles, blessings, and victories, because I like to do the positive, don't you? Miracles, blessings, and victories, you know, that's Philippians 4:8. Then lessons learned, important scriptures, and then prayers and expectations for the near future. Of course, we don't know, you know, a long time out, but the near future. So that's what that is on that page. Then the next pages are for master lists. Now what this is kind of a brain dump, and I think I got this from Minimal Mom, I think. What you want to do is you want to go in here and go, okay, what are all the things I see that I need to do in the house, in the car, for people, for if you have a side business, if you're doing homeschooling, what kind of things do I want to see this, what kind of things are weighing on my mind, like, and just put them all right here. And then as you're going through your weeks and you're filling things out, you can add those in. Then I also have a food inventory, and the food inventory is to go through your pantry and your freezers and your fridge and just say, I need to use these things up, right? If you have like a pantry where you are stockpiling, which we all should be doing because we don't know what's going to happen with our supply chains, right? So what you do is you just put in there the things that you are, not the things that you have to stockpile. Maybe that would be a separate list. But what is immediately needing to be used, right? Like you have that can of lima beans that's been sitting there for 2 years that needs to be used. I know, you get it on sale and you think, hey, lima beans, we could try that. Some people like, no offense to anyone who really likes lima beans. I like them. I love lima beans, but I just can't convince my family. So anyway, there's the food inventory. So that helps you when you're deciding your meal plan. So you want to incorporate those things. And I've already started filling mine in, as you can see. And so what I've done is each meal, and that meal includes the entree and all the sides and everything else. And I also have gluten-free, and I have a man who's meat and potatoes, but the rest of us, we like Asian and everything else. So it's like I have 3 different tracks and I'm trying to juggle them and make sure everybody's happy. And so what I did, then I put that right here, all right? And like I have an asterisk for anything that needs a gluten-free equivalent for something. And then I'll put the ingredients list for everything in that meal right here. And then I will circle the things that I really need that I don't already have. I'll circle that, and then I will be able to add that to my shopping list. And what I did on these 2 pages is I tried to create like the environment that you find in your grocery store with aisles, right? And so if you know the grocery stores you usually shop at, if you know pretty much how they're laid out, then you can make this list according to how you shop your store, which saves you time when you get there, right? And it keeps you from doing the zigzag pattern. I don't know if you do this, but I'll go through all the aisles, and okay, so it's produce, then it's meat, then it's bulk, then it's all the other stuff. And I'll get over here, all the way over here to the dairy section. I'll realize I forgot to pick up pork chops. So then I'll have to go all the way to the front. Well, wait a minute, I forgot pickles. Now I'm going back over here. Do you ever do that? Now, I know we do the pickup stuff where they pick it up and we go shop it, but I still like to shop in the grocery store, and the stores that offer that, I'm not really being a patron of them as much as I was, because I want to support the other chains. I want there to be more competition, right? So I am actually physically going and shopping, and I have found too that, especially with Sam's Club, I will go online and I'll know there's stuff in the store and it's not online, and I'll try to do the click and pull, and I'll do that, and then I'll have to go in the store anyway and pick up the items that didn't show up. Yeah, so it's like I still have to do it anyway, so it doesn't save any time. So you might as well do some shopping, right? So this will help. This will help if you have it all lined up. Now, if you are in a situation, which there are situations in our country and the world, where they're still doing the mask mandates and they're doing the passports and everything, maybe pickup is the only thing you can do. But even if you use this, it'll just help you to organize your thoughts. And when you're doing your online ordering, you can do it that way. Any way you have to, right? And of course, I have the regular calendar. You see, I have the pretty butterfly. And I have it done a 2-page spread. And the reason I do that is because I have to write stuff in here. And like sometimes I will do a specific day for the meals, and I will have to write also some other information, and I don't often have room if I just did it on 1 page, and it was really small. So I did this because it's bigger and I need more room to write. Just be honest. Okay, so that's that. Now here is the stuff that is really going to help you. This is the dashboard spread. Dashboard is 2 pages, 1 page being the week at a glance, like your Monday through Sunday, or however I do this Monday through Sunday. Monday through Sunday, it's your week. I'll show you at the top. I have here a place just for your daily main meal, so you can see it at a glance. You don't have to keep going over here. It's right on 1 page. You can just put this in front of you. You have everything right in front of you. This is called dashboard. So on this side, and this is the really cool thing, I put in a place to record what you're doing for homeschooling that week. Yeah, it's just like the record book, only mini. So you have it incorporated right here on your dashboard. This helps me because, like we have our regular school that I've already shared. We have kind of a schedule of what they're going to do each day. But sometimes we do extra stuff. I want to talk about how, we baked gluten-free bread that day, or we read aloud about some political thing, or we watched a video about something political and we discussed it or something like that. So with this, you see, you can record all that stuff right there, and you can hit the different things like, okay, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then I put, actually it's kind of the opposite of the record book, and I put Bible, math, language arts, science, arts, and life skills, and I don't know why I did it that way. But anyway, it's a different way of doing it, but kind of like a recording way to record your homeschool. And here I have a quick shopping list. Like I'm doing major shopping this week, but like there's just little items you need to pick up. And here I have to see, to call, or to do. So if you have to see someone, you have an appointment, you need to call someone, which I don't like calling, but thank you, Lord, I'm thankful for callies. Yeah, I'm thankful for callies. And then this is your to do also. Here's a place where you can like record important events or ideas you have or anything else. It's a dot grid thing. And this is the place I was talking to you about, that we have to include the spiritual in every day and every week. He speaks to me. What is God telling you this week that he wants you to focus on? Or what has he been speaking to you about? Or is there a prayer you need to, something you need to be praying about? You put it right there. And I have scriptures right here at the bottom. And these are scriptures that I have been meditating on. I put them on 3x5 cards and I flip through them and I meditate on them. And so I just added them at the bottom. So I think that'll be helpful. So that's the major thing. That's really what this is composed of. And then the very last is for contacts. So if you have like addresses, like, if you send bills out and you need different addresses, that's where you put that. And then I made a back I printed two-sided. And this is like, it's pretty. This is lighter and this is darker. And what I did to mine is I took and I used this thick 6 mil, I think it is, a laminating pouch, and I did mine on cardstock and did that, so it's a lot more sturdy. And then I comb bound it. So, I mean, there's different ways you can do that. You can even put it in a 3-ring binder, whatever works, right? So anyway, I hope that is kind of interesting to you. I hope it blesses you. And I hope that you'll help me, because I really want to make this the best I can for moms. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm seeing something right now. I'm wondering, why did I put the subjects here and the days here when I should have put the days here and the subjects here? I'm going to have to go make some different pages. So by the time you get this, it may have been changed already. But anyway, you might like it better this way, and I might like it better this way. I might keep it this way and make a different version if you like the other one. You just never know. Now, as an added bonus, as a treat, I wanted to share with you what my daughter sent me from Korea. So she lives in Korea. She's married to a Korean gentleman, and they spent a lot of money, and they sent us gifts for Christmas. And she knows I love planners and I love stickers. So she sent me these really cool things. I don't know if you'll be able to see them as well. But these are their nature stickers, and they have a clear background. They're kind of cutouts, or they have clearer vellum. And so this is like different types of butterflies. So that's one package she sent me. Here are some different foliage flowers. Here's some more. And these are like little white moths and dragonflies and butterflies. Oh, isn't that amazing? Right here are some, like, these are little lilies and things, those little tiny ones. Here are mushrooms. I've got to pull one out to show you. Yeah, these are so cool. They're all different type of woodland mushrooms. And here's these little tiny, can you see? Little tiny mushrooms. Aren't they darling? Oh yeah, I've just been having so much fun. And here's some blue butterflies. Lovely. And this is all types of greenery and berries. Let me take one of those out. They're kind of fun too. So this is like a group of cherries or some kind of, I don't know, can you see? Aren't those neat? So anyway, she sent me all these different stickers, and some are white, like these are white ones that you could stick like on a brown paper notebook. I have a daughter, she sent her a brown paper notebook, so she's using those. And there's flowers and all kinds of stuff. So that's what I got. I'm using them a lot in my my Bible journal that I keep. I'm using these. They're really terrific. So if you're into stickers, I know I promised you I'd show you. So, and I forgot the lace ones. Let me show you these. These are like all old-fashioned lace, and they're on like vellum. And so you can use these like for borders and different things like that. So anyway, just had to show you. And so Yeah, and I like to go to Hobby Lobby, like I said, and I like to go there when they're having the Paper Studio sale, and they have 50% off. That's a really good way to find things there too. So I just wanted to show you that. I thought you'd really enjoy it. Now, let's share some other important things together. So I was rereading through Titus 2 today. Something, you have to come back and revisit things sometimes, don't you? And I was really intrigued by the idea that, Paul was writing this whole book to Titus, who is in Crete, and Cretans were not considered very high quality people. They were considered to be like liars and kind of lazy, and they drank a lot, and they weren't considered very reliable or good people. And so he's telling Titus that he's got to make a change, he's got to help these people to see their lives through the power of the gospel. And he says this, "But as for you, speak the things which are proper for sound doctrine." This is Titus chapter 2. "That the older men be sober, reverent, temperate, sound in faith, in love, in patience. The older women likewise, that they be reverent in behavior, not slanderers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they admonish the young women to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, homemakers, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God may not be blasphemed." And then there's even more that I really love, but I'm going to stop there and tell you that the Lord brought into my mind the word noble, right? To be noble. And I went and I looked up the word noble in the Webster's 1828 dictionary. And this is what I found as the first definition, okay? The first definition for noble is it's an adjective. As an adjective, it means great, elevated, dignified, being above everything that can dishonor a reputation, as a noble mind, a noble courage, noble deeds of valor. And the Lord talked to me about becoming a noble woman. And so I thought that was amazing. Also, the 8th definition means ingenuous, candid, of an excellent disposition, ready to receive truth. So those are important things. Okay. Now Acts 17:11 says this, "These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and searched the scriptures daily, whether those things were so." Okay, so that kind of gives a different take on what noble means, doesn't it? Okay, noble. The 9th definition is this: of the best kind, choice, excellent, as a noble vine. So, of the best kind, choice, excellent, as a noble vine. Of the best kind, the best kind of woman. We all want to be comfortable. We want to be honest. We want to be authentic. We want to be real. And so it's not something you just put on and pretend in front of other people, and then your relatives really know what you're like. No, this is about living the fruits of the Spirit, living Christ on the inside to where it flows on the outside, right? Okay, and here's the noble woman. This is what I wrote about it, okay? "She is dignified by the deeds that flow from her regenerated heart. She is above everything that can dishonor a reputation, including slander, gossip, overeating, imbibing, addictions, or immoderacy of any kind to anything." In other words, nothing holds you. You're not a slave to anything. "Self-controlled, not overly brash or expressive, not commanding, but humble. Serving, not demanding. Open hands to heaven, eyes fixed on heaven. Chaste, pure, standing for truth, fighting disorder, loving beauty and higher things, but not ostentatious or proud or haughty." So those are the things that came to mind. I think that they're things that I want to attain to in this year. I think if I had a goal or a resolution for this year, I think to be a more noble woman. I think that would be what I would be looking for. And I think that would be very Christ-like and biblical, don't you? And I think it would also be a blessing to the people that I love. So maybe this is for you too. Well, I love you, and thank you for liking and subscribing, and I love your comments. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.